Hey guys, it's Scott here from AnimeBlurayUK, and today I'll be unboxing the Disco Fever edition of Persona 4 Dancing All Night for the PS Vita. So Persona 4 Dancing All Night is a spin-off game that uses the Persona 4 franchise as a base and then takes all the characters, adds a story to it, and then puts a music rhythm game, a bit like Hatsune Miku, into it. So it should be quite an interesting experience. This Disco Fever edition of the game, however, contains the game itself. It has additional downloadable content such as 14 outfits and the bonus song. Comes with a teddy keychain which is golden and apparently has a bit of weight to it. It's also got a PS Vita skin and wallpapers to decorate your console in. 2-disc soundtrack featuring over 50 songs that are taken from the game itself, and a double-sided pouch for the PS Vita whereby you can stick your PS Vita in as well as any games to keep it safe while on your travels. And as you might imagine, all of this content is themed over Persona 4, or in this case Persona 4 the Dancing All Night game, as it all relates. So let's get it unboxed and see what it has to offer. Now, to start off with, in a sense, looking at the outer packaging, it's a pretty solid box that seems reasonably light, and it has some pretty interesting artwork on the front. Now, once we get the cellophane off, is a bit of piece of paper that wraps around the box, which just slides off, and it reminds me of some of the collector's edition Blu-ray releases we've unboxed on this channel, such as one of those provided by Anime Limited and 101 Anime. So this just thin piece of paper that flaps around, and you can just get rid of that or keep it if you want to keep the collector's feel. Now, the packaging itself, like I mentioned before, it feels pretty strong and sturdy, and it has the Disco Fever edition wrapped around the side of it and the same artwork on the back and front. But then once you get inside of it, it kind of loses all of its appeal. As you can see here, we've got what I believe to be polystyrene little ball things, and it doesn't look that impressive. There's nothing special or interesting or unique about it. It's just basically the content shoved into a box with these polystyrene styrofoam things. So yeah, losers points on presentation there. Once we do look at the content though, we have the game, which interestingly enough, the DLC code to access all of the bonus songs and costumes is just a sticker on the back of the game case. I've already bought the game itself separately, as I wanted the t-shirt version from Rice Digital. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same game case. One just has the DLC code stuck on the back, so nothing really special about it. There's no special download code or anything like that. We move on to the soundtrack CD, which, okay, yeah, it has some pretty cool groovy artwork to it, but there's no information on the back telling you what songs are included. We then have the PS Vita skin, which turns your PS Vita into a Persona 4 Disco All Night themed, or Dancing All Night themed console. But the wallpapers themselves have to be downloaded from a link which can easily be accessed by anybody else in the world. So yeah, losers points there for not being unique and exclusive. But this is also the pretty interesting aspect about this collector's piece, is the Persona 4 Dancing All Night Teddy PS Vita pouch. Now I'm just going to quickly open this up to have a look at it, as well as to give you guys a better look at the contents. And as you can see, it is pretty big, so it will fit a PlayStation Vita. It has a sort of small teddy keychain there as well for the zipper. But the actual quality of it is very plastic and feels quite cheap. It reminds me of them child pencil cases you used to buy for school. But it is quite big, durable. And there is a flap on the inside whereby you can stick your PS Vita and separate it away from any other accessories you want to include with it. So it does have, it might not feel nice, but it is strong and it is durable, so it will be useful if you do decide to use it for your PS Vita. Now moving on to the main content itself, and this is obviously of course the PlayStation Vita game Persona 4 Dancing All Night. We have the front cover, which we've seen all those times before. We have the spine, and then we have the back of the box, which has all of the information of what you can expect from this game, or so you assume at least, as well as a selection of screenshots for what the game is like. But ignoring all that for the time being, we'll just rip it straight open so we can get to the main content itself, which in this case is a small cartridge. So to start off with, we've got the front cover, which features majority of the characters, including Nanako, all in a unique pose, and the back cover with some information. And then once you get on the inside, there's nothing really interesting other than the cartridge itself. There's no leaflets, just the cartridge. Nothing. Nada. Of course, next up is the Persona 4 Dancing All Night original soundtrack, which is a 2-disc collection set. The front has Teddy on the front in some Elvis Presley styled outfit, as well as UA on the back. There's no information about what songs are included, which is a bit weird, as I thought it would have some information of listing what songs are on it on the back. But once we get on the inside and we take off another cellophane wrapper, we are then treated to lots of information, as well as 2 discs of music. So, just get this open. As you can see here, we have got the first disc, which is a Disco Ball Purple. We have a selection of 24 tracks on the first disc, all from various songs and artists, which have been seen in the game and animation and the other games. And then we have a second disc, which has 39 tracks on. But has it got 39 tracks? The listing on the product says that it has 39 tracks included on the disc, but it actually only has 38 discs when you press play in the machine, so I'm not sure what that's all about. So that's what you can expect from the Disco Fever edition of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which is now available within the UK and Europe.